Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Highly Intelligent. I'm Calum,
And I'm Jared.
and today we're talking about robots. Are they a good idea?
Yeah, they're taking our jobs.
They're taking all the freaking jobs.
This is
I
a
don't want to swear because it's a well. Are we good to swear?
I
Are we good to swear on
I
this?
mean, I'm Shablambo. I think you're good.
I'm good.
Just like
But you're
don't
child friendly.
yeah,
Yeah, you're family friendly.
just don't drop F-bombs every sentence and I think you're
Right. See, I had like a moment of self censoring and it worked out really well.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah.
freaking jobs.
I
but-
personally won't cuz I'm Shablambo
Right.
and I got to like protect my family friendly brand.
Mm-hmm.
But you're just starting your brand.
Yeah, and my brand is swearing. But yeah, I think it's ironic that that the whole thing about like jobs being taken, it started out with robots,
Yeah.
and then like they focused on Mexicans,
Yeah.
like immigrants from Mexico for whatever reason, and now it's back to robots.
See, like
It's just like robots are the new Mexicans.
they're taking
taking
hospital
all the
jobs,
jobs.
factory jobs especially like
Yeah,
They're-
but like who wants a factory job? I never
Yeah.
got that.
yeah.
Like when Mexican immigrants came in and they're like, they're taking all the jobs. Like, dude, they're taking like fruit picking jobs
yeah.
and like being like restaurant waiters.
If
If
you
that's
really-
if that's a job that you want, go get a life.
If you really want a job, then go to college. Just do good for yourself. Don't drop out of high school and get a gas station job for the rest of your life.
Yeah, go try to like I don't know, learn business, sell drugs, do whatever. Just
Yeah. Just don't pick fruit.
yeah.
Wait,
I don't know anyone who aspires to pick fruit in
yeah,
their life.
like that's not someone's dream. I mean, if it's your dream, go for it, man. If you're
Some person that goes to school for apple picking and like they get all their qualifications, 4 years of hard study, and then they go into the field and they're just like goddamn Mexicans,
yes.
and it's just full of them. So then, if that's your case, then we understand.
Yeah.
But otherwise, no. Go get some dreams.
Yeah, go pursue something you enjoy.
Anyways,
Yeah.
we were our choice of discussion. So actually, I looked up an article about robots. So the MIT lab and study position. It's a very controversial thing because they have been teaching robots to walk. They've been making robots that are able to run fast, stuff like that. Supposedly, it's meant for like the military, like supply stuff.
Yeah.
I can pull up the article real quick. Well, either way, the whole idea is that there was this video that went viral, and it was like they were teaching one of these robots how to shoot a gun, and it's like they gave it a little handgun, and it fired at targets, and then they like pushed it over, and it had to get back up and fire. And later, I found out that it was fake, but it looked real because like I knew that they'd done it with an actual robot before, where like they pushed it around and stuff, and like it had to get back on its feet. So, what are your thoughts on robots being able to run and gun?
It's scary. Like, it's super scary. I mean, if it's for the military, as long as they know who's on their side, we're good. But
What
like,
about,
how are
what
they
about
supposed to
conflicting
know
orders?
that?
What about like 2001, Space Odyssey? It was like, I'm sorry, Dave. Afraid I gotta kill you now.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
that could totally happen, and there's nothing to do because they're the perfect soldiers, or they will be.
yeah. I think if we were to send robots in for our military, we have to have few humans out there in battle. Otherwise, the robots could might not distinguish Americans from whatever else they're fighting.
You know what I think? I think we should settle all like country disputes by having like an arena, and we
Yes.
send robot soldiers into the arena, and just the most advanced soldiers win.
Oh, what's that movie?
What?
Real Steel. It'll be like Real Steel,
Oh,
but with
yeah.
like world fights.
Mhm.
And
Yeah, and like that's how we'd solve all our problems.
Yeah.
Just all right, go to the arena. There'd be huge robot fights.
imagine how many lives would be saved.
A lot.
But I mean, then again, I feel like without war, we would have already killed ourselves because of overpopulation. Like 1,000 years ago, we probably wouldn't be here. We'd probably be here like technologically because of the amount of humans.
Right.
But like with the amount of humans comes like natural disasters and environmental problems and stuff.
Yeah, I just can't focus on what you're saying because of the dogs out there like, losing their minds.
Freaking dogs.
Yeah, we're in a location at the moment where dogs are a concern.
Yes.
But yeah, I don't think war is like necessary for keeping the population under control.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like those numbers are so small usually. Like a surprising, well, in big wars like World War One and World War Two, obviously like a lot of people died in the Vietnam War, stuff like that. But I feel lately people still die in wars a lot, but like it wouldn't be enough to keep a population down.
Yeah.
So they're good for industry though.
Maybe we should talk about overpopulation in one of our episodes.
In the next, I can see that. We will write that down and we'll talk about that in a later episode.
Yeah.
But
and all right, let's get back to robots.
Right.
So like can robots develop free will?
We shouldn't give them the opportunity because then there's like opportunity for them to feel pain.
If they have to learn how to get back up and learn how to run, that means they can learn other things as well.
Yeah.
Like learn that they can take over and they can learn they're more powerful than us.
I think if that's the case, robots should be conditioned to, I think like their number one objective should be to like save human life. You know, like I think if we condition them to like what they do and like get some sort of pleasure from doing what they're made to do, like that's the best solution.
Yeah. Because
then like why would they ever want to do anything else if like they enjoy that one thing more than anything else?
Yeah.
There's a book by Aldous Huxley, which is, it's sort of like a dystopian book, but like he kind of describes what the perfect society would look like. And the whole idea is that at birth, children, the book is called Brave New World, and like the children are basically like conditioned from birth to enjoy whatever job they're gonna do. So like they get like certain stimulus if they do something right. So as they grow up, like they just enjoy doing factory work. Like they love it more than anything else.
Yeah.
And so they're not unhappy technically, even though they're being forced to do bad things. So like, are the people being mistreated or is it okay?
It's all they've ever known though.
Right.
If they were to like be introduced to a nice American life, they'd hate the factory life.
Right. Unless they were trained to hate the American life. Because in the book, there's this really messed up scene where they have like a bunch of babies who are assigned to like do a factory job, and they have like a bunch of books, and if the babies go over to the books, they get electric shocks. And like they'll repeat this until like the babies are children, so that like they'll grow up hating books for whatever reason.
Dang.
So like if you could do that with just things that would be bad, like would it ever be a problem? Like, because if they ever get introduced to that sort of thing, they wouldn't really do anything.
Yeah, so you could like train them and teach them that it's bad to rebel, because when they rebel, they don't, things that happen that happen when they rebel, they don't like.
Right. Or if you just make robots that don't have the capacity to rebel, like they just have no concept of what that would even mean.
But with like robots developing free will and like preventing them and teaching them that this is bad, there's probably going to be people around the world like robot activists, I guess, that are like, give these robots rights.
Yeah.
And that's where we ask the question, will we have to give these robots rights?
I think as long as robots don't have any feelings, it shouldn't really be an issue. Because like if a robot doesn't have feelings, then you can't technically hurt it. Hence, like, it wouldn't care. You could, like, if a robot didn't feel pain or wasn't afraid to be destroyed, you could, like, tear it limb from limb. And it would be like, okay, I'm cool with this. Guess you want me to do it, so.
Yeah.
Like, if that's the case, then robots wouldn't even want rights. They just kind of exist.
Yeah.
So I think we need to be careful on how we make artificial intelligence develop, because at some point, I'm sure like it's gonna want to keep existing because it's gonna like want certain things. So we have to like keep a cap on that. But like as long as we keep emotions and like sensation from developing, I think we're set.
Yeah. But like with learning, if someone were to like teach a robot to enjoy something that is emotion, it gets pleasure from enjoying something.
Right.
And like if it can't feel pain, then how are you supposed to teach it to not do something?
hmm It's like the whole idea that you need pleasure to have pain and vice
Yeah.
versa.
Yeah.
I think, see, we just have to avoid AI. I think like that's the big underlining thing. Is like people get so excited about AI like developing and they're like, whoa, it can solve all these problems. But like that's not a good step because that means like you're gonna have to teach it to do certain things and not do certain things and then
Yeah.
act on that principle.
And you should give it like one specific task and not anything else.
Yeah.
Like if you were to have like a Google AI, it's a search engine.
Right. Just teach it to give people what they're asking for, nothing
Yes.
else. Dude, it creeps me out so much when like I'll search one thing and then later on it like gives me suggestions that are based on that or like what would be the next logical thing for me to type,
Yeah.
you know? Like that freaks me out because it knows that, you know, it's listening in whatever way it is.
There have been times where
Like where
like
it's predicted what you've been thinking
Yeah.
of searching. And you're like,
what
I wasn't thinking that.
what just happened? Why was it listening to me? And then it's like they're always listening. Technology, like right now, the AI in the device we're using to record, it's picking up everything we're saying.
hmm
So it knows what's going down.
Yeah.
But like it's not advanced enough to develop free will and realize that we don't want it to have that.
Yeah, exactly. I think, quick side note, but like I was always paranoid about that kind of thing going on like inside my house. Like as a 5-year-old, I was totally convinced that my house was like bugged by the government. Like I thought that every house had little security cameras in it that nobody knew about. And it's like everything that you did was like monitored by the government just to like make sure that they could predict if you were going to do anything that would like, you know, help bring them down.
Yeah.
Which we talked about in a previous episode and probably wouldn't end up well for us if that was the case.
Yeah.
But so like as a kid, I would always like randomly look at corners and be like, I see you.
Yeah.
Even though there was nothing there.
I feel like
probably
I
looked
were
an
to
idiot.
do the same thing where you just like someone like tries to play a trick on you and like there's a camera watching you. Don't do anything bad to like make you not do anything. So like when they leave, you spend like the entire time looking for this camera and you're like there can't be a camera.
Yeah.
I won't get in trouble if I do this, but like there's still that party that's like
What if?
maybe I shouldn't, you know.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Truman Show.
Yeah.
Like you never know. When I'm alone, sometimes I'll talk as if there's like an audience watching me, just like on that off chance, you know? Because you really don't know if someone is watching you. Like they'd want to design it so that you wouldn't be able to know that you're being watched.
With like the new Google Homes and stuff, they always listen to you.
Yeah,
Like-
they're always like set to listen for human voices.
Yeah. And it registers everything you're saying and it only responds when you say like okay Google or something. And if it's registering everything you're saying, then like what's it doing with that information?
Yeah. I'd assume a big part of it is either going to the government, like they look for keywords, or it's going to like the corporations that run those things. And then like they sort through the keywords to see like what people want or what people are saying about their products. Which
This is kind of like old people not trusting microwaves.
Yeah, exactly. Except there's a reason for it because old people are stupid.
That's another thing that gets to me. Microwaves use radiation, right? And if you're exposed to radiation, you die.
But it's a really little amount of radiation, though.
But you're still irradiating your food.
That's true.
Let's say you ate every meal from a microwave for 10 years.
Well, a fire is radiation. Like, heat is a type of radiation. So, like, that's what's going on, like, when you cook something over a fire. People have been doing that. So I think, like, it wouldn't really affect you if you used a microwave for 10 years. If you increase the voltage and you were, like, around it whenever it cooked, it would probably have some negative effects on you.
I just feel like eating things from a microwave gives you a small amount of radiation. Eating bananas, that gives you a small amount of radiation.
Yeah.
Like, nearly everything is irradiated in some way.
I mean, the sun, everything's, like, created with energy from the sun.
Yeah.
Which, technically, it's giving off radiation, and that's what we eat.
Yeah.
So, we eat radiation. We get energy. Literally, like, the energy that we're using to, like, move right now comes from the sun. Which I think that's pretty bonkers, you know? That it comes from, like, that big ball in the sky, comes down here, and now it's, like, a part of us. And then we use it, and then it kind of just buggers off and gets remade somewhere else.
So, another thing with robots is, like you said before, robots and AI, they can solve a lot of problems.
Yeah.
But they have to be programmed to solve those problems. So the humans that are programming them must know how to solve those problems, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, what's the point of AI?
Guess it's like so that they can solve the problems faster for people who can't.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that could change if they're taught to learn how to fix problems, but then that brings up the question, like, at what point does it become conscious enough? Because eventually, like, to learn that sort of thing, you need to be able to put those things together. And once you do that, you can put other things together, things like people weren't planning for.
You need, like, a Sherlock Holmes. He didn't have emotions, he just knew everything.
Right. So imagine, like, 50,000 Sherlock Holmeses made of metal, and, like, the most physically strong things on the planet just on a field
That could,
ready
like,
to kill you.
hit you and you're dead flying across the battlefield.
Don't even, like, they don't even need guns.
Yeah.
They just, like, touch you, and, like, metal shoots out of their arm, and that's it.
Yeah, it's pretty scary to think about. Like,
I think that's why Terminator was always so scary to me as a kid. Like, just to think that the whole world was covered in those things.
yeah, like, it's the same thing with aliens and lizards. You could be a lizard, and I wouldn't know it.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
It could be from another planet. We're just, like, fooling you really well. What if you're a test subject in, like, a huge planet, and all the aliens are studying how you react to certain things that happen?
Yeah.
You know, like, a person that you liked or was, like, were infatuated with was actually an alien, like, acting through it, and then, like, they broke your heart just to see how you coped. And, like, people were studying you, like, random people on the street were, like, studying your face and stuff. And
Dang.
you just had no idea.
That'd be pretty crazy.
And that's why Earth exists. It's just to study one human.
Dang.
You don't know.
Dang.
You have no idea.
You know what I think about sometimes? Like, how there's so much going on in the world right now. Just imagine how many people are, like, talking right now, and how many people are driving a car, and how many people are listening to music.
Yeah, there's a sunrise going on.
Yeah, it's
in,
all
like, Thailand.
happening everywhere. Everything is happening everywhere. And, like, I wonder if what you can't see is really happening. Like, if you can't, right now, if we can't see it, is there really anything happening in China?
I mean, not to us. Like, not in our heads.
Yeah.
Because, like, the whole theory is that the universe doesn't really exist, that, like, people make it in their minds.
Mm-hmm.
And then, when you're in the same area as, like, certain people, then your collective minds make it all exist.
Mm-hmm.
But really, the only universe that exists is the one, like, that you're experiencing.
Yeah.
That's the theory. So, technically, China doesn't exist. Like, we know that it's a place, and if we were to, like, go a certain direction, we would eventually hit it. But as long as we didn't see it, it wouldn't be there.
Mm-hmm.
Which is
It's
weird
like-
to think about.
What always got to me is, like, in video games, if you have a lot going on at once, your game's gonna lag out.
Yeah, it's gonna break.
Either the world has a really good processor, or it's not really happening.
Yeah. And I think that is one of the big ideas, is that in games where it breaks and like lags out, it's the fact that it's all that information being contained on one brain. So like all the pathways get kind of clogged up. But with humans and with Earth, I think every brain is a separate processor.
Mm-hmm.
So nothing really lags because the brain only like processes what it can see and hear. So like there's a radius
Yeah.
of what you can see and hear. And like the maximum, everybody could be feeling it, and like it would still not slow things down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're nearing the end here.
We are nearing the end. We've had some interesting thoughts about this.
Yeah, so final thoughts on robots, robotics, AI.
Let's not. Okay, let's actually give a message to the people out there. If anybody hears this, if this podcast by some means becomes super popular, which who knows, things might change in the future.
Yeah.
We're saying that to the people who were impressed with the fact that they're making artificial intelligence smarter, just stop. You're being stupid.
Yeah.
You're gonna make Terminator. Like, I think all the technicians working on like robotics should go into like a room and watch like every dystopian movie about robots taking over ever.
Exactly.
And just take notes and be like, oh,
why
let's
are we
not do
doing
that.
this? Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what are we trying? What do you what do we think is gonna happen when we like make it? Like when we get that one computer that can solve any problem.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you think it's just gonna sit there and be like, oh, all right, fine, do whatever you want, or do you think it's gonna solve the problem of its being a slave to people, and the solution is gonna be killing them? See, let's not do that.
Well, thank you for listening to Highly Intelligent. I'm Jared.
I'm Caleb.
And we're really excited about this podcast. I don't want to think unless I'm recording this podcast. It's just like every random thought I have, I'm like, why am I not saying this on a podcast?
Yeah.
And this is only episode 4, but we've made 12 cents. 12 cents.
Just letting you guys know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have a total of 6 cents between us, and we have a total of 12 cents, but
Yeah.
us individually, we have 6 cents.
Yes.
So, if you should check out Anchor. We think it's a great app.
Yeah,
We get
Anchor.
sponsorship for that.
Go to anchor.fm or go to the App Store and get the Anchor app.
Yeah. We have another episode on the way next week
Yes.
where we will be talking about music and magic.
Yes.
I believe we'll be having a guest speaker that
Yes,
day.
hopefully.
So you guys
Hopefully.
look forward to that.
We may have said that last week as well, but
But this time we're legit about it.
yeah, we mean it this time.
So, yeah. Hope you guys have a great week until then.
Yeah.
This is Caleb and Jared signing out. Bye-bye for now.